Yeah, of course. Thank you very much. The stage is yours.
Okay. Yes. So hello everyone. My name is Daniela Herman. I'm the co-founder of Dynex and the mission leader of Dynex Moonshot, the family office of Dynex. I'm very proud to be here, and I would like to thank the University of Batman that I was having the opportunity given to speak here for a moment. It will be about quantum computing, and the first thing that I think would be good is that we afterwards have a short film where you can dive in, and then we would proceed afterwards with a short presentation from my side. But having said that, I would just like to let you know I'm a serial entrepreneur, grew up internationally, and besides fintech and other dedications to economic, ecological, and ethical values, in 2020 we started developing quantum computing, literally neuromorphic quantum computing applications, and are today at market since March 24 to make it a use case for the industries. But thank you. Please go ahead with the film, and then I'll come afterwards back.
Thank you very much. Nice to meet you. And now there will be a short film. Just a minute, please.
A series of issues that are reaching a tipping point are inextricably linked. Today there are many challenges facing humanity, whereby a series of issues that are reaching a tipping point are inextricably linked and together compounding to create a much more riskier future for our global systems. The challenges of this polycrisis create a complexity never seen before in society. Now, what if there was a publicly accessible way to face this complexity, to unlock the human ingenuity that exists at all four corners of our planet?
Imagine being able to replicate the symbiotic harmony of a rainforest ecosystem, to harness the organizational brilliance of a mycelium network, or to know the ancient secrets of trees. Neuromorphic quantum computing is the next quantum leap that redefines intelligence and consciousness in the digital age, driving breakthrough solutions across nature, society, health, and space.
Yes, thank you very much for the short video. Now, dear Daniela, stage is yours. Here you are, please. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, you can hear.
Clearly hear
I'm
you.
sorry,
Thank
because
you.
I can't see you. There must be a technical problem, so I can only see dark, and hence I'll try my best.
We'll check our options for the stage.
Okay, so thank you so much. So, yes, quantum computing, as everyone has read also a lot in the news now, quantum computing has geared up in its news flow, and one announcement following the others with new discoveries and innovations that the market is bringing life, and it's an exciting journey. Now, what is actually happening and what is quantum computing is something that I would like to explore. So first of all, if you look at what quantum computing as such is, where quantum computing is standing today, I would say if you compare that with, for example, the moment where electricity came to market, or you compare it, for example, where the move was from the industry, from the horse to the car, you would actually name this as a mega cycle. Quantum computing as such is the next mega cycle. It is a mega cycle that is not just the next, it's actually in the process already. Quantum computing is here today, and there are a lot of voices that are still saying in 2035, in 10 years, in 15 years, in 20 years, quantum computing is coming to market. Quantum computing is here now, and the larger applications are possible today, and hence the industry probably was a bit surprised with this velocity that the technology hit the market and is actually spreading now. Now, from that change, what quantum computing does for everyone that has not such much experience with quantum computing, it is, besides explaining it from horse to car, or from a flat Earth to a round Earth, or from a megacycle in electricity spreading mainstream. Quantum computing is when you have a coin and you flip a coin and it's heads or tails. Quantum computing is heads or tails and everything in between. So what it does, it grasps the entire sphere of possibilities that are out there and optimizes then the outcome so that you have the optimized outcome of a complexity that is lying in front of you. We today with the bits are still doing the heads or tails, so the 0101, and are literally taking that as our today real accuracy, which with quantum computing will change dramatically. So you could almost say the truth will be a different one with quantum computing. So what we thought is the truth, for example, to climate and climate prediction, will be much more specified, much more concrete, much more being predicted than we were able to do it until now. Now, if you see in the markets the competition with the great discoveries, you can see that the larger players such as IBM, for whom we are extremely grateful that they have, paved the path of quantum computing, you can see that they've created monumental computers that are centralized and are delivering today already at substantial qubits a solving of test problems. These are not so-called not real-world problems. These are toy problems, if you want. So they demonstrate a certain idea of a larger reality that will take place in the future when the technology has progressed. Now, if you go into the industries as such, and you would look, what would that mean for the industries if quantum computing comes to the industries, there would be a huge shift, and that will be experienced in the automotive industry, in the pharmaceutical industry, in the security industry for encryption. This will also affect the industries of AI and many, many more. So it is truly a mega cycle that brings a huge change. We at Dynex have brought to market quantum computing as a neuromorphic quantum computing, available to the market as of March 2024 last year, with 1 million qubits of emulation. So it's an algorithmic qubit emulation. So it is not a physical qubit. There are two types which you have to differentiate. For example, the IBM computer with the big IBM presentation of the quantum computer is based on physical qubits, literally linked to physical chips, and we are purely mathematical algorithmic qubits. It's kind of like a digital twin, you have to imagine. There are other offerings also in the market based on that, and it is not to be seen as inaccurate. By contrary, if you would look at me right now and you would see my face, well, you see my face literally on screen, your eyes are video rendering what you're seeing. So you're not seeing 100% of me, actually. you're seeing what you're video rendering. And hence that is an emulation of yourself doing it to visualize the millions of pixels that you would need to see my picture. And that's how emulations are set up to work. Does that in the future be sufficient enough if you're having, let's say, operations on a live body or anything alike? You certainly would need real-time compute, and real-time compute could only be possible with physical qubits and not with algorithmic qubits. But everything like climate change, calculations of multimolecular analysis for multi-use of medicine, transformers for AI challenges that you face, all of these use cases, an emulation is sufficiently enough. And important is you need a large quantity to really explore the truth, in the sense of a weather prediction, for example, which we did 2 weeks prior to a hurricane hitting a certain geography. These are emulations that need large computation to digest the data and results that come out of such use cases. Dynix as such is not a quantum computer, a centralized quantum computer. Dynix is a decentralized network of many millions of GPUs that feed into the system to create a decentralized system, which allows us also to handle the, let's say, to even leave out the error correction that is needed in many cases of the centralized computers. We wanted to go mainstream, so that was a goal we've been following for many, many months and years now, because having a technology go mainstream is really when technology shifts the entire economy, and otherwise it just doesn't. And for that reason, we have not just stopped by bringing a decentralized quantum computational system to the market. We also announced last year that we will bring to market a chip. The first is the Apollo chip, which has 1,000 qubits. These are physical qubits that will be part of our network, which will then allow you to quantum compute either in the way of quantum computing in the emulation or in real time. And then we are also bringing to market in 3 to 6 months an quantum LLM. And with the quantum LLM, we are pushing the boundaries, or pushing the envelope, as one likes to say, of quantum computing in the AI space. That means currently, if you have, for example, in the medical fields, as an example, AI in use to either anonymize data or do therapeutic advice models, etc., you are currently, if you're using these AI, ChatGPT or DeepSeek, we have involvement with quantum through transformers. So it's not that you can plug in quantum into a today existing AI. Often these models of collaboration between the two systems are a hybrid collaboration, where you need to exactly think through in which puzzle pieces you bring what together for the outcome you're aiming for. With the quantum LLM, we are going to do a quantum leap. Everything what you saw on ChatGPT, when you get an answer and it goes like, it just kind of goes one after the other, one token calculation after the other, you will have with quantum computing the solution in The quantum LLM, we already announced, and we're also mentioned in Forbes, that it's coming to market. We are currently doing the different testings that are publicly available to let everybody share with everybody the progress we're making on finalizing the building of the quantum LLM that's going to market. And I would assume that after that has gone to market, quantum is and will be mainstream, because people can then use it, and I do not think everybody will ask anymore, is this now quantum or not? People will just use it because it's more efficient than others, and it will become a tool. I always say, when you have the phone, right, and you're trying to call someone and someone picks up on the other side, it's totally normal for us that someone should pick up on the other side. And we do not want to know how it works, and if we even want to see someone, or I'm now on screen, I just want it to work. I don't really care how it works, right? And that's about how quantum will go mainstream in the market. People will use these instruments, people will start programming with these new tools, and the most important thing in quantum and this next mega cycle is certainly what we've also done from the first hour. There has to be ethics to this topic, because it is a incredibly powerful technology, and at the same time can really, with that power, solve a lot of human problems that we have today still. But it needs to have a responsible handling, which we brought to market with an ethical committee from the start. It's a kind of a self-governance as well as ethical tech that allows us to trace at least a declaration of use, which the user has to give. And if that declaration of use has been done and then there's dual use for something else, then at least we have on the blockchain in a hash that it has been encrypted forever. So that is for sure something we did from the start. Besides that, we are in the process of creating one use case after the other, as the industries have not been prepared for this fast evolving of quantum use in the industry. It was always expected to come in 10-15 years, and this is not the case anymore. And personally, I am still facing interesting moments where I'm literally standing beside people that say, hey, it's coming in 10-15 years, and I'm going, no, I'm here. So that is still a challenge to overcome. But in general, I would say we are on a great journey together also with humanity to bring up and alive the next mega cycle. Industries will change completely. Competition will change completely. The way to do business in complexity, meaning logistics, meaning allocation of resources, meaning material science, meaning researching cancer, all these topics will have a next level of exploration and also confirmation of hypotheses people had until now but could not verify because of lack of computation. So I do think we are heading for an incredibly great time. On the encryption side, I always lift a little bit the warn finger, because we do read in papers that the industry should be prepared by 2035, the banks and whatever all needs to be prepared by 2035 for quantum computing, because of the danger it brings, and needs to be kind of post-quantum security embedded, etc. And I think that needs to be communicated to happen now, yesterday. We are moving very fast in this industry, and the preparing of encrypted security according to this new next mega cycle needs to be implemented now and moving forward. I do do think, and I am, although the industry, or let's say more the media, also communicates how dangerous quantum is, etc. That was the internet. At that time, when the internet came, nobody thought that we will ever put credit cards on the internet, and look what everybody's doing now. Everybody's even uploading their passports. That wouldn't have been possible, would have people said in the past. And that's the same thing with quantum. You think, oh, it's a threat, and suddenly humans and innovation catches up, and humans start kind of innovating their secure systems very, very quickly. And that helps then to kind of invite the mega cycle for its opportunities that it is. Opportunity. I know I had and have the honor to close this great conference, and I would like to thank everyone for giving me your patience in these ending minutes and hour to listen to a little bit of inspiration in quantum. Thank you.
Thank you very much, dear Daniela. I hope you hear the applauses for you. Thanks for these inspiring presentations. But actually, we hope to guest you at Batman here in person. How about that?
Please. Thank you. I would love to come.
Thank you very much. By the way, I hope your mother is well. Get well soon.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And also, there are a role user at here. Also, he say hi to you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Anything else would you like to tell our audiences to Batman?
I would just like to express my gratitude. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. You're welcome. Evet sayın dinleyicilerimiz, sevgili konuklar, bugünkü programın sonuna geldik. Sabırla dinlediğiniz için çok teşekkür ediyorum. Kapanışı yapıyoruz. Umarım faydalı olmuştur. Bu şekilde de kongremizin konferanslarını sonlandırmış oluyoruz. Teşekkür ederim. Çok sağ olun. Thank you very much, dear Daniela. Have a nice day. Bye.
Goodbye. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Bye.